Hello, everybody. It's nice to see you. My name is Jo. Welcome back to Garden of Venus. And today we're doing a pick a pile reading. This reading will be about what guidance you need to know right now. It's very important for entering the next phase. Okay, so I've laid out 3 piles. We'll get some more cards as we go, but I've popped down a crystal on each. So see which crystal really speaks to you, what you're drawn in by. Okay, so this is number 1. If you need longer, you can always pause and come back, but generally you won't. Whatever you're drawn to, if you start hearing the message and you're not resonating with it for any reason, then just maybe come back to it later. Have a look at another pile. You'll know what to do. So that's number 2, obviously, and this is number 3. All right, amazing. Okay, so the timestamps will be in the comments below, and I will see you in there. Okay. Alrighty, hello, pile 1. Let's have a look and see what your guides have to give you information about today. This is coming through strongly. It has been this morning. Very high energy as we move into the next phase. So we've finished our 6/6 portal energy. We've kind of moved away from that, but it's also activated the next sort of 3 to 6 month area of our life, but it could be quicker. It just depends. Let's have a look and see what's coming in for you. Abundance, hey? Well, isn't that amazing? Look at that. How beautiful. Yeah, you might have been really drawn to the colours of this card at the moment, if this resonates with you. And lots of the natural world, yeah, going through that beautiful lower chakras is what I'm picking up on now. I'm actually getting a really gurgly stomach talking about it. So your guides are definitely wanting to come in and let you know that you've felt this coming for a while. You've definitely felt the pull of a windfall, the pull of prosperity, the pull of abundance, the promise that this has been trying to get to you almost. Like they're showing me they're showing me, you know, the tin cans that you can attach a string to and then speak to each other. It seems like the string was getting shorter and shorter for a time. So you were coming and pulling in this beautiful abundance for so long now. You've just been reeling it in. Yeah, which has been really lovely actually. But you're kind of, there's a little bit of a questioning energy, or a little bit of a, well, what's taking so long kind of energy. So we'll pop that there and we'll see what else comes through. Have to excuse me, I'm very sniffly today. The weather is very cold where I am. It's kind of blowing a gale. Protecting treasure. Yeah, and it came in upside down actually. So I don't normally read reversals per se. I like to take note of what vibe or feeling is happening when it comes to that. So we'll do that. But we'll see if the card wants to write itself. I feel like it does. I think that honestly it has been quite the journey trying to understand all of the elements of what you need to do going forward to align yourself with abundance. I feel like there's been a lot of work on belief. There's been a multifaceted approach around it, and you know, who exudes healthy, like within your circle of friends and family and loved ones, or whoever's in your immediate circle, like going through all of that and with a fine-tooth comb moving through, you know, reprogramming on what vibration and frequency you're setting yourself up. You've been trying to set yourself up for this a lot, and then realize that spirit keeps sending these nods or messages, these subtle messages about being careful when it comes to protecting your, I'm hearing inheritance, your divine inheritance, but also I'm hearing your energy as well, because you are a treasure. You are a beautiful creation of all of your experiences, and spirit loves you so dearly. I'm getting such an overwhelming feeling of love, and a little bit of sadness coming off this card, that you would have to go ahead and think about protecting yourself as a treasure, but also protecting whatever material abundance you feel has been on its path and on its way to you for a really long time. We're actually getting the numbers 38 and then 39. So it's talking about like that building of energy, but also with that 3 there, it's talking about like an ascended master sort of vibe, but it's also going into, the feeling of it not just involving a very simple, you do X, you receive X. It's actually on a much bigger scale that this has been trying to come to you for, and having to go through and unpick everything and make things exactly right for you and safe for you. The fact that it came in upside down, I think we need to leave it that way. I actually think that is completely balanced. It feels quite balanced, because you're not sitting there under the umbrella protecting your treasure and out there in the weather and just waiting for the magic to happen, and getting very involved in the issues of people that might be like, you've done that process of trying to protect your treasure, or even thinking about how the people closest to you respond to prosperity or abundance, or the way that they believe that they need to hold on to something so tightly that it starts to rot parts of who they are. See, so you've got this coming out this way, and it feels quite positive, actually. It means that you've understood the role of the universe and the role of your spirit guides when it comes to this abundance coming in, and you're not needing to be so protected about it. Yeah, amazing. So this is, I love this deck. I absolutely love this deck. It's full of beautiful picture collages that sort of make up the images. So this is an 8 of crystals, and it's very Dali-esque to me. Like, I really I really enjoy the vibe of this. But honestly, it feels like Spirit is just telling me about multiple facets that have gone through defense modes, different ways of defending what you have, the beliefs and the behaviors that you want to go forward with, defending your thought process, defending your ways of being and behaving. Definitely feels that way, and it feels like that's led you into this beautiful zone now where you can breathe a sigh of relief and know that whatever abundance is coming to you in the best of ways. You've really opened something up there, which I'm super, super happy about. Yeah, because you've been listening. Look at this beautiful, beautiful green elephant. I love these cards as well. Sorry if it's a bit shiny. So for me, you've been listening to the subtle, messages of life, the divine, your guides, your angels, whoever is part of your team that you've been working with. You've been really honing in on listening. Look at this beautiful, I don't know if you can see it, hopefully you can, this beautiful little finch, or this tiny little sparrow that's sitting on top of this giant creature, this beautiful elephant. It's just sitting on top and playing a song. There's another one down here on the tusk. Just something very subtle whisperings to this beautiful creature that could go ahead and, do life without needing these subtle little gentle messages. Doesn't need to listen to these little creatures that have such different experiences to it, but it's understood the balance and harmony and the wisdom that can be attained by listening to these tiny little musings of these birds. It's an elephant. It can bash its way through anything. It can, go forward with its own, steadfastness and its own mind and its own, directional guidance, because they're quite wise. But there is the gift of really working closely with your guides and your spiritual team that has definitely come through. And it feels to me like you've been plodding along, working on that for quite some time, for sure. Let's see what else they had to say. Wow, yeah. So actually this wanted to come out this way. So this one is talking about, you know, the five of worlds, but it's also talking about, like, you know, setback, time being halted, being stilled, things being very, I'm feeling like a stopwatch, like a stop start, and you're trying to figure out where the setback has been, whether it's a setback. Like, there's been a lot of confusion around what's going on with this abundance that you know for a fact is coming towards you. It's been quite the journey there, but you've kept your faith. You've definitely kept your faith. And look at that, the unexpected blue moon, number 43. What a beautiful portal that has now opened to you. Look at that, because you've spent time understanding the beauty and the gift of the unexpected. The beauty of faith around this abundance coming to you, this merging of beautiful things. There's definitely an energy of unexpected windfall, unexpected abundance coming through, but you felt that for a long time, and it feels like a long time. Our time is so different to spirits, and honestly, you just know that it's coming. You're sitting waiting. They're in their undergarments, they're in their like hoop skirts. Do you see that? Totally bare. They've been stripped bare to enter into this new portal of being. There's definitely another message that wants to come through. So we'll go ahead and see what other guidance there is around that. I feel like we should go with this one. No? This one? Or that one? You're going to have to excuse me for 2 seconds. There's another deck that they would like me to get, and I've got to honour that. And then we'll take an angel card as well, just to have a look. There's a lot of threes in your pile, in your cards. There's a lot of threes. Very divinely guided through this. Okay, let's have a look. What other last message do you have there for pile number 1, please? What's the card that you showed me in my mind? Let's see. Pile number 1, please. Okay, it's that one. Okay, there's a couple there. Let's have a look. Okay, that's a lot. Let's see. Sometimes there's just so many that I don't know what to do with them. But we'll have a look at them. Dreamwalker. So dreams, the collective good, illusions. Yeah, you've been unpicking this for a long time, haven't you? You've been moving through truths, it feels like. Moving through truths, uncomfortable truths about the way that the people closest to you are, and you've got your own dreams that you're trying to solidify into being. It feels like there's been setbacks. It feels like there's been time delays. It feels like there's been a lot of work that you've done on yourself, but you were standing in the unexpected. You're standing in that precipice of naked fragility in front of a big, big change. And you've done all of that. You've had a look at the collective good. You've had a look at your own illusions. You've had a look at your own musings about things. You've already done the work, is what I feel. And there's a beautiful balance to walking with and around nature that your guides are trying to help you to understand is the correct path forward. You're already doing it. Like, you're really already doing it. Yeah, don't self-sabotage. Try to stay positive. You're doing exactly what you should be doing. I'm seeing thumbs up. I'm seeing boxes checked, like a to-do list that you've just been checking off. Yep, done. Yep, done. Yep, awesome. That's great. Yep. And Spirit's already, that you've run out of paper. You've run out of things. you've run out of things to add to that list of what you must do to have this come to you. And if you keep going, trying to re-go through all of your limiting beliefs, or re-go through all of your past hurts, re-go through all of your connections with people, like if you keep looking at it, you're actually self-sabotaging yourself. And that's a really easy way for tricky energies to come through, honestly. Tricky energies that trying to get you off the path. It's really simple if we do it to ourselves, isn't it? Yeah. When we overdo the healing process and we don't believe in the work on some really small level that we've already done, and our beautiful skills with listening that we've developed over this time, and then what needs to be put into action, and what needs to wait, and we've gotten that divine balance for the divine good of all and yourself. You've done exactly right. So don't self-sabotage. Try to just relax. I know it's hard. Yeah, looking at the big picture, having that angelic help there, really leaning into your ability to have that higher perspective, that higher knowing. You've retrieved that beautiful listening, that beautiful trust in the divine. I know it's hard to think of timing, but honestly, it's coming. It's really coming. Yeah. It's really hard when our heart's been hurt before through this process, where we've discovered things about people that we know and love, that we have found our way into being faced with false promises. Yeah, being faced with lack mindsets, survival modes, and things like that, and just learning the true nature of the way that people behave in these circumstances, how you behave in these circumstances. It's a tough spot to be in. I'm sending you lots of love with that, but I think that you've really mastered all of that. I feel like that's behind you. You haven't actually had anything like that be going on for a while. I actually feel like that's okay. Like you've moved through that. Positive expectations and clarity. Yeah, definitely. Eyes of beauty. This card, this beautiful card of listening in abundance and the unexpected, it's just gorgeous. And there's a real beauty and simplicity in the way that you can choose to move forward, at this time. Keep it simple. Be in nature, be simple in the way that you interact in the world, in the way that you receive your messages, in the way that you move forward with people. Just keep things very clear, very simple, very gentle. And the clarity is there for you. I feel like you're very intuitively guided through this whole process. We'll just close out with an angel card and just see what they have to say for part one. Your angels are very close to you at this time. Wow, I just felt everything in the room just go whoosh, just straight in. All right. Ooh, okay. Always surprises me. Connect with the moon. So the angels advise you to sit or walk in the moonlight. The moon's energies will protect and light up your path and light you up. Yeah, I read that a little bit backwards, but that's okay. And silver. Yeah, the feeling here is definitely when you have, sorry, they're just speaking to me about. Okay. Oh, thank you. They're just drawing me towards the words here rather than anything. So in order to connect with the moon and create that sense of excitement around your abundance and around the unexpected, rather than, having the eyes of poverty consciousness or the eyes of a negative big picture rather than a positive big picture. Connecting with the moon at night and walking around and speaking with your angels really allows for a quietness, a quiet waiting, a quiet moment of faith in the unknown. You can send out your love for the collective good. You can allow the moon to wash away illusion around it. It's a good place to send dreams out into the universe, but know that there is a very big picture going on there. Like, there's perspective that's really important that the angels want to help you with. And you'll be guided, and it might be in a much more simple way than you realize. It's a lot less complicated than what you think, or what you feel like you need to do, because you deserve a rest. You've been going at it. You deserve a rest, and your angels want you to know there's nothing else to do. Walk in the moonlight, walk hand in hand with your animals, get out in nature, look at the autumn leaves if that's where you are in the world. Move like the elephant, purposeful, peaceful, with wisdom and knowing. Okay? What a beautiful message. It's amazing. If you like my messages, please hit the like button, because it gets it out to more people, or chuck a comment down and let me know how it resonated. Until next time, I'm sending you guys so much love. I'm excited for this for you. It's going to be beautiful. Congratulations on getting to this point. Well done. Lots of hard work there, but you've done it. You've done it. Just enjoy your peace. Enjoy your peace. That's all you've got to do, really. This is literally it. Yeah. All right. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys. Hello. Pile two. Got this beautiful piece of quartz that I actually asked before I took, but I actually got this in a remote part of Australia. It was really, really beautiful. It sort of came to me and followed me around almost. And I've been blessed to have it for a very long time. So it's interesting that you picked this one. We'll see. I'm going to pop our little friends there from before. We'll see what your guides have to let you know about. So this is definitely the upcoming time. Now that we're sort of moved past that portal sort of energy, or we've activated something within that portal, that 6/6 portal that's just gone. This is timeless still. There'll be a message here for you if you need it at the right time, because that's how things work. You know, we can't be human about it. I'm just assessing a little bit of the energy that's here. Interesting. Let's have a look and see what's there first. Fruition. Yeah. Okay. Harvest moon. Interesting. Which one next? I think this one next. Spark. Look at these beautiful cards. Goodness me. Very, I was going to say fruitful. Very creative. Very, very creative energy. Bountiful. Lots of little bird messages coming through on the cards today. I just had in pile one. I don't know if you've watched that one or if you're drawn to that one. Maybe check out both. But there were two finches on another card from another deck, sitting on an elephant's tusk and on the head, talking about receiving these beautiful subtle messages from your guides. There's a feeling here of you beginning something. You've been working away at creating something. I'm not sure if this is a business, because there's different messages coming through for a few of you, but it feels to me like something that you have been, chipping away at, working away at for a while. Could be years or months, but it feels like you've been quietly tending to this garden, like to yourself. You've been toiling away at the soil. You've had a spark of divine inspiration, and you've just gone with it. And it feels to me definitely like there's an inner knowing. There's an inner knowing that your efforts will definitely not be in vain. That there is something quite special, quite bountiful. There is an unspoken promise of success in this venture. So you've just been chipping away at it. You've been, doing little bits a day. If you're finding that the time that you're spending on it or the energy kind of ebbs and flows at different times to work on these things, it feels like a labor of love, like something that you've been working on. And it feels more like a project than anything else. Yes, that could mean something to do with your emotions or something to do with your inner self and your inner work. But through true creative pursuits, that kind of comes about anyway, doesn't it? It just makes itself known in that way. Anything truly from the heart or from creation energy, it becomes about so many multifaceted things. So, I think that we'll grab a few more cards. Fortune. Yeah, you knew that you were onto a good thing, didn't you? You know that this labor of love, this like, not obsessive in a negative way. I always say that I'm obsessed with something when I'm very excited and I can't stop doing it. So whether that's a painting that I'm working on and I'm just chipping away at it, or a random design that I'm making, or sewing, or anything like that, and I just can't seem to draw myself away from it, making videos for this channel. It's something that you've been okay, sorry, I just heard Spirit start talking about this. The hum of gold. The hum of gold. Interesting. It could be to do with music, definitely. But I mean, you've got the violinist there. It feels to me like that you might have had previous indications or messages that are coming through from outside sources, whether that be through watching something on YouTube, someone talking about it, through your own dreams. You're quite in tune with the musings. I'm using like old school words at the moment. It's really funny. They're giving me a song, like, I don't know officially what the song is, but it's often played in period sort of music and Edwardian sort of times, ballrooms and lavish circumstances of a meeting of minds and people, and just understanding on a deep knowing within yourself that fortune lies ahead with this. But it's not the reason why you're actually doing it, because you've been compelled to do this, and as you've spent time working on this and moving towards the almost like the height of this creative project, or the height of this time, you've noticed that it feels rich and bountiful for you. Oh yeah, I suppose she is wearing kind of a mask, like they do sometimes at those bougie masquerade parties. You know that the time is coming very near where you're reaping that harvest, you're enjoying the fruits of your labor, and they're quite bountiful, is what I'm feeling. There's a lot of happy energy around this. It's actually quite beautiful. Which one next, guys? This one. Okay. It's hard to balance your time, isn't it? When you feel so happy doing this. Find yourself late nights off on a tangent, just got to do one more stitch, just got to, do one more painting, just got to read a little bit more, just got to write a little bit more, just got to make one more cake, I've got another recipe I want to try, like, just got to record one more video. I've just, that it's that kind of energy where you've had to realize the healthiest balance of your time and energy to continue forth with something like this. And that's beautiful. Like, it's not that often, that we get in life this kind of beautiful yearning for a creative pursuit in those kind of ways that we just find ourselves so wrapped in it. And it's such a beautiful, healthy thing. And you've kept the balance going with that, because sometimes when we lose ourselves to the pursuit of this beautiful knowingness of what is coming through pursuit of this, we can sometimes find ourselves in trouble with energy. We need to have that sort of cycle of bringing in more energy to deliver and give to ourselves at the same time as doing this. Do you notice how there's a correlation between these guys? So between a masquerade with the fruit and between the cloud over the mind. Okay, we might find ourselves disconnecting from really important parts of our day-to-day, everyday sort of life if we don't balance our energy at this time. It's hard to do. I know what it's like when you've really got a beautiful spark of inspiration going. It's hard to kind of take a step back and hit the pause and do life things, especially when it feels so divinely guided and uplifted, and that gorgeous energy where you're co-creating with your guides and your spirit, and that's a beautiful time. It's a beautiful thing. But I think you got this for sure. Yeah, exactly. The priestess. So look at all of the beautiful intuitive leanings of this card. I love this deck. It's the Voyager Tarot. It reminds me of Dali sometimes. It's just this very abstract way of putting together cards. But just remember, I know that being alone and spending time in solitude to complete this project or complete chipping away at these things and have the right energy around it, it's definitely very important. I mean, this card represents like the High Priestess, but all great things were built in tandem in our earthly universe with other people as well. Having your own vision, having your own intuition, having your own spark of joyfulness that allows you to open your mind to many different parts of your creation in the universe and your guides and the energies that flow around you is really important. But remember to keep yourself balanced, keep yourself grounded in the earth and around the earth, because that allows for true perspective of where it fits within it as well. And that's how we find the best fruit. The best fruit is being grown in the soils of earth, okay? So remember to enjoy having your co-creation with higher realms and higher energies, but keep it balanced. Gentle Gardener. Yeah, beautiful. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? I love the softness, the sweetness of this card. Very, very, very tender is what I'm hearing. Tenderness. Soft tenderness and patience. There's an expression on the woman's face that's in the clouds. It's meant to sort of represent elements of you and elements of your guides, just having patience and tenderness and a knowing that everything's growing at the perfect time, in the perfect soil, with the perfect speed, with the perfect amount of help from the divine, and just allowing that faith, that knowing, and that loving attunement to what it needs. Yeah, Hanged Man, that makes sense. So just acknowledging the position that you're in and the time. It's about the time, I believe. The balance of energy and the time. That's why that would come out there. It's talking about the knowing of the experience of you can't rush perfection is what I just heard. You can't rush a masterpiece, okay? Whatever you're doing, it might have small stages of start to finish and it might have these little rungs of a ladder that you're sort of going up, or it might be a big project or a big sort of cultivation of like they're showing me like a full exhibit or a life's work or a memoir or whatever, but they're showing me the different stages, right? So acknowledge and honor what they are. don't rush to have it finished. Don't rush to have it finished. Acknowledge that when things naturally come to their peak and their fruition, that's exactly right. It's hard not to be a bit Miyagi and a bit vague with this, but it's all about that balance, that supreme birthing, that supreme spark. Timing is everything. You're on a beautiful, fruitful track. Everything is coming up. I was going to say Millhouse. I don't know. I love saying that. Everything's coming up Millhouse. Simpsons reference. Sorry, guys. But yeah, like it's all about acknowledging when we are okay. Yeah, they're referencing something that I do often. You can have the simplest ingredients, and with love, tenderness, and time, you enhance the best parts of that. If you take a piece of meat that's meant to be cooked slowly and you try to force that to come into its best state quickly, it doesn't happen, does it? It's just off. Whether you whack that in a pressure cooker or not, the time and magic that comes from weaving little iterations, little changes, little add-ons, little tweaks, little beautiful moments of clarity and during the time that you're making this or doing this, and having faith, there you go, and having faith in the birthing of this world, the birthing of this process. Look at how similar these two are. It's so beautiful. There was a birthing of a planet there, birthing of a planet there, baking in the womb of the earth and the womb of the cosmos. That's what I'm hearing. You're doing so well. The fact that you've aligned yourself with this at all is a kudos to you. Like, really, absolutely. Give yourself some credit there. It's really beautiful. Really beautiful energy. I'm going to grab an angel card just to close this one out. For pile number 2, angels, please send some guidance. Pile number 2. Pile number 2. Whoa. It's a lot of, the deck as I shuffle is just this supremely like building of energy. I feel like it's definitely, there's 2. That's why. I feel like there's 2. Ooh la la. Got some romance going on. Love is in the air. The romance angels are here to inform you that there is an interesting development about to take place in your love life. Been working on trying to, some of you might be working on conception, actually, and being fruitful in that way. If so, I mean, there's a lot of love around because you're tending to whatever this project is or whatever passion project they've made me say, whatever is going on there, you've filled the air around you with the feeling of love because you're surrounding yourself in love, because you're in love with what you're doing or in love with what you're creating. And I'm just seeing it go doop, 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 and just, multiplying and moving outwards and upwards. 2 hearts sealed as one. The angels have heard your prayers to meet your soulmate, and they're here to inform you that this person will arrive in your life very soon. Maybe they're connected to the way that this will unfold as well. Very interesting. I feel like whether this be a romantic love, like a partner love, or whether this be connected to a soul family, or someone that sees your vision and wants to be involved, there's definitely a feeling of people coming in and around this as you start to share information about what you're building with people. As you start to share who you are, who you're beaming, who you're it's showing me like the light touching in so many different ways as you allow people to understand the passion that you've got going on with this, whatever this project is. It's different for all of you, so I'm overjoyed that there is so much energy around all of the different ways that this could be manifesting for you guys. You know, whether that is the conception of a child, the writing of a memoir or a book or an important thing, the designing of you know, artwork and clothing or creative musings or whatever this is. It's full of you and full of heart and full of beautiful guidance from the universe, and you've taken the right approach to tending and balancing over time. Like, you're doing such a good job and loving the process, which is so beautiful energy, which is why these cards have come in. And I feel that there are two ways that could go, and that's why there's two that came out stuck together. So there's just a lot of love going on. Love in your families, love in your soul family that could be coming through, love in a conception of a child if that suits for you, love in reigniting with a current partner, or perhaps attracting new love. Actually, there's a lot of beautiful energy here and things are looking fantastic for you guys. I'm super excited for you. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you, and I want to send you so much love. Keep going with this, and let me know in the comments what this resonated with for you, because I love hearing about people's creative projects. Let's share the knowledge, let's share our experience, and we get to just, you know, revel in each other's awesome creative things if you're ready to talk about it or share in any way, because that just builds more and more of the energy, and it feels so beautiful and worthwhile and such a gift for anyone around you, and what you are putting out from your soul and into the world with the divine. It's a beautiful time for you. I'm super excited. If you like the way that I read and you like these messages coming through to you, please hit the like button or comment, share the video. It really helps people to hear the messages that they need at this time. And until we meet again, mwah, enjoy this beautiful, beautiful process. And love to you. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys. Oh, hello, pile 3. So if you chose the hematite, this will be pile 3. So this is your message. If it doesn't resonate with you, remember to leave it behind for someone that it does resonate with, or go back and choose another pile, whatever works for you. All right, let's get into it. Okay. Self-reflection. Yeah. I felt a lot of the energy in the room just slow right down. Slow right down. There's a clarity that you've been bringing forward for a long time to your life in many, many different ways. There's a lot of self-reflection there, yes, but there's also a very measured way that you're wanting to continue life in. There's a very clear way that you're wanting to step forward as to not be, I'm hearing, self-sabotaged by previous actions or behaviors, by other people's misinterpretations of the way that you act towards them at this time. It's hard to stare at the complete truth within ourselves and realize what is emotion and what is not. The way that this card is presented is so beautiful to me. I really understand what that's like, where you're brimming with emotion at the same time. There's a very deep knowing that you want to, like, I feel that you've been chipping away at or trying to achieve within life at this time. Just this really clear, is what I'm hearing, clarity about who you are and what's happening in life at the moment. It feels like there's been an event in your life at this time, or in the recent past, that was quite unexpected. It feels very sudden, and it's shaken up the way that you see yourself and the way that you see others, the way that you respond to the world. And it's showing reflections of who you are in ways that you haven't probably looked at for a while. Yeah, rescue. Okay. Yeah. You've been in this bubble almost, which is what this feels like to me as well. This bubble, this reflection bubble, this mirror. Really interesting. You don't know if you're going backwards or forwards, is how that feels. But also there's a sadness there where, like, people aren't seeing you for who you know and see yourself to be. And there's a bit of sadness there for some of you. There's a bit of calling out to the universe, asking for guidance, asking for help with the situation, but also asking for someone to consider you. Interesting. Let's get some more cards on that. This one. This one. Yeah, 7 of Wands. Courage. Supreme courage needed to do that and to sit in that energy. There's a lot of fast-moving changes. The things that have happened quickly, swiftly is what I'm hearing. There's been a lot of needing to defend yourself when it comes to others. And that's led to a lot of isolating times, but also a lot of feeling quite vulnerable. So you've reflected on yourself. You've reflected on your ways that that you have had a hand in creating what has happened. And you have had a hand in what you shouldn't be defending against. But you've had the courage to be there regardless, even if you feel like you're isolated and you're stuck and you're needing a bit of a hand out of this state at the time. You know, you've been brave about it. You've done a really good job. But this needs to go now. Like, this needs to end. It feels like you've been kind of pushed into this. Like, this has just sort of happened really quickly. There's a lot of water around in these cards. It just feels like sudden things being revealed to you about yourself, whether it be a health issue, whether it be something unexpected that has happened where you've lost something or someone very, very quickly. And as you've tried to deal with the emotions around that, it's actually gone to a place of needing to defend yourself all of a sudden, and that hurt your heart a little bit. Because you thought that you had more stable ground that you were sitting on, but you realise that you're on an island alone in this, and you've had to defend yourself. I'm so sorry about that. But the times are changing. The times are definitely changing. We're going to be moving through that now. This one? Yeah. Wow. Gosh, there we go. There it is. Whoo, did you feel the energy change then? Regeneration. Yeah, regenerator. Sage of Cups. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's the promise. It's the promise of not so heavy emotions. It's the promise of the breakthrough. It's a promise of the development of your feelings being open and being expansive, and the love of life and the universe and people around you and circumstances. And it's just fresh. It's fresh, beautiful, new energy. It's really gorgeous. I love this card. Look at the happy faces on it. Isn't it beautiful? So don't worry. Don't worry, dear heart. It's okay. What else is here? Oh, encouragement. Yeah. Beautiful. Look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? There's so much tenderness coming forward. There's rescue coming. There's help on its way. Help is on the way. And that will really, really create some bountiful, beautiful new energy for you. All is not lost. You're encouraged to know that you're going to be able to move into a place of love and tenderness and softness and newness. This is closing out for you quickly. Like, how quick did it just change? Nourishment. Wow, gosh, that looks so good. That looks so much like this card. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. They're very similar to me. Look at the forms that are in these cards. Sorry, am I holding them straight? I know I bob them around a lot and must drive you guys nuts. I just get so amped. Look at this bountiful new beginning and the correlation between the shapes in this card. You couldn't make it up. It's beautiful. So in the rescue, it's nourishment coming from the heavens. It's coming from people, the right people, sending help from the right people. It's beautiful, bountiful new beginnings in unexpected ways. I mean, look at this. You've got carrots being dropped off by plants growing out of something, and you've got grapes growing out of the side of a rock. You've got all kinds of things. You've got a moon made of Swiss cheese. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. And waxing crescent might be really significant to you at this time. You know, have a look at when the waxing crescent would be and see how that correlates going forward. Honestly, it feels like reprieve. You're getting this big reprieve and rescue from the universe from this hard time, definitely. And you'll feel encouraged and nourished through your new beginnings there. Wow, look at the balance there. It's time to balance it out, yeah. The scales are tipping back into your favor after a really tough time. And it's moving through. Yeah, they're making me understand the flow of movement. How slowly the ballerina needed to lift the leg as she balanced on the diamond. How castle up the top of that head there stood the test of time. The balance between all things. The balance between higher perspectives in the balloon, the hang glider, whatever that's called, hang gliding. The movement, basically. The movement and balance and distance and everything just very delicately falling into the exact right place for the exact right amount of nourishment, encouragement, and rescue to come forward quickly. The regeneration of the movement in your life after a long time of waiting and self-reflection. That's brilliant. That's awesome. I love that for you guys. Yeah, it's been stormy. It's been stormy. You know what this reminds me of? What is it? Wizard of Oz? The house in the tornado? Just being dropped into Oz, I guess, because they had the yellow brick roads and lots of green. But you've been plucked up and dropped into a new land. It's happened quickly. It's been rough. And you've been covered in a little bit of greenery or smog even that has led to a bit of confusion about time, balance, a bit of confusion about where this is going at all. And it's so brilliant that you've been challenged in your heart in the way that things happen, but you've also kept faith. You've received little bits of encouragement from the universe, and even though it's tough, you've done well there. You've done really well there. You've been dropped into the right place now. Look at this bountiful energy, this beautiful balance, everything that you get, you can trust. You can trust that it won't be taken away very quickly. You can trust that the movement that's happening is not going to lead to another fall, is what I'm hearing. Amazing. All right, let's get an angel card out to close this for pile number 3. The world comes back into focus is what I'm hearing. And your place in it, yeah. All right, angels. For number 3, please. Oh, there we go. 2 just popped out and put you the right way. Okay, light a candle. The angels feel your bereavement and loss. Yeah, I felt that. I definitely did feel that with, either losing a loved one in a very sudden way or losing something very, very dear to you in a very quick way that's led to the start of this cycle. Yeah, the angels are here to wipe away your tears. It's now time to connect with your precious love. Yeah, the regeneration of your heart, the encouragement that staying tender and soft and free of defense leads to this beautiful balance coming in, and this nourishment from the universe and the regeneration of everything. It's not going to be like this again now. The party is out looking for you, trying to bring you back. It's going to be okay. Innate creative talents. Yeah, the angels are here to reinforce to you that you have natural creative talents and skills which need to be unleashed or further developed. Do you know what? Through the hardest times of my life, where my heart and my soul were in complete disbelief about what was going on because it was so shocking and sudden and so out of the blue, and finding out something about someone that you love that you could never fathom being something that they do or say, or losing something that you love all of a sudden, it can really play with your sense of who you are and your balance and what part you had to play in that, and defensiveness and all kinds of things. Using writing or painting or creating or whatever you need to do to creatively look at release and bringing back in the heart energy and cultivating the energy of what you do want to regenerate in your life, and in a way that is excited and enjoying that process for yourself and your heart to stay in that beautiful softness. That's exactly what needs to happen. So not in a way that we're looking at it in a sense of lack, like I don't have this and I need this. Looking at creating a process that's really beautiful and enjoyable for you, whether that is like writing or painting or journaling or making something, just to help you connect with that I made something that brought me joy, and doing that methodically actually ripples out into the ether and regenerates life in our hearts and within us, and our capabilities and the way that we feel in control of doing something. When we do something with ease and love, and we're not only liking it if it turns out a certain way. Trust me, I'm an artist and I understand. Where we pick, and then we lose ourselves in not liking the process because we're meant to be healing through this. It's something that that you can create a really sacred rhythm with, that will help you get through to this floodgate that's waiting to open of regeneration and new energy, and just like zhung, you'll be on your way. Like it's definitely moved from a very slow contained, considered energy because it needed to be there for healing. Yeah, and we're going to grab one more card. Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. Oh, the other deck had this one too. I just shuffled that. Positive expectations, yeah. Yeah, clarity. Looking at everything through the eyes of beauty in whatever way authentically that shows up for you. No pretending your way through it. Acting as if it doesn't, like, that's, for me, that's a little bit, you're smarter than that, and your subconscious knows when you're wanting something to be true, but it isn't. So we often, we can't just act as if in a la-la sort of way. And I feel like you know that, like a bit of eye rolling about the whole act as if thing, or just, of course, it's easy to say, why don't you make a candle today? Because that will make me feel better. Like, it seems like that's something that is too simple to be a true thing. The real essence of what we are doing here is reigniting the spark of a love for creation, a love for movement, a love for energy right now. Your guides are coming through so strong. I can barely move my head or mouth at the moment, and they're strongly coming in to say it doesn't matter what simple forms regeneration takes within your life. It is the spark of newness and the spark of faith and the spark of development that allows for us to come through. We're waiting to have more access to you. We're waiting to rescue you from this self-reflection mode that you're in, this defense, this storm that you feel that you're in. We're waiting to reach you. We've got the biggest telescope, is what they say. So expect positive help. Be clear about the signs and synchronicities and things that affirm this to you. That is how we truly find ourselves. That's how we truly find ourselves in the manner of real positive expectation, real acting as if. It is finding the smallest of circumstances to align us with examples of forward movement, of success, of things revealing, things growing, things developing, things changing for our highest good. The fruit, picking the fruit, they're very clear about the way that will form for you. Watching something grow, planting a seed physically, whatever suits. It doesn't matter what simple scale it is on, just know that it is right and it is for you. And that would be the end of that channel message, now that my neighbour is cutting some stuff with the circular saw. Okay. Jeez Louise. Whew. That was intense, guys. Like, you have so much amazing help around you, and your star family, your guides, your angelic beings are all around you, and they are so focused on bringing you out of this, and just know that you've got so much beautiful energy coming your way. I'm sending you so much love. If this resonated with you and you feel that it's right for you, feel free to comment. Feel free to pop a like on there if you like the way that I read, and, share at will if you want to. If this message can get out to anyone that actually needs it and it helps them, then I have done what I'm set out to do. And until next time, I'm sending you guys so much love. Take care of yourself. Give yourself love. And I will see you on the next one. Thank you. Bye.